I was walking towards this grazing area and it occurred to me, well, why don't I just take you guys with? And you can see my live reaction to if there's deer over here or not. And also I can just take you with me as I walk through this valley of the shadow of death. But I want to show you this beautiful environment. Maybe I'll show it to you without my puss in there. This is just my environment, and I'm very fortunate to live right by it. So I've been walking here the last several days and weeks, just pondering life, pondering what am I to do. And the plan basically is, like I say, to keep doing so all winter in the snow boots, come trudging along here. I don't know, ideally I'd like to do a video or videos, but it might be too cold to do it. Right now it's like 38 or 39. Love it. Look at, to me this is home, this is my element. So I'm coming up to where they normally are grazing, and with any good luck they'll be doing just that right now. I can do a lovely video with them in the background. There's a stump there I gotta try not to trip over. Okay, my hand, I should have worn a glove. And it figures. I don't see Jack. That's fine. Something to look forward to in the future. Well, maybe not the too near future. I don't know if I'll be doing videos out here for a while, but this is what I'm talking about. Just this scenery. Sit here and squat. It's not very comfortable. But no deer, or at least none that I can see, in this lovely habitat. I guess I can do the Jean-Claude thing. I've got a topic that I've been meaning to do, or that I thought of within the last week or so. It involves getting old, and a lot of people, I imagine a lot of people don't necessarily like it, and of course I'm not old enough where it's really slowed, I'm really affected yet. I mean, very much at all. I mean, I can probably notice a little bit of slowing down. The one thing that I notice mostly is just the gut. When I try to, my whole life I've just been slender, and when I bend down, like at a store, like at half price books, the clearance CDs are really low, and I gotta scrouch down and bend over, and you can feel the gut, getting in the way of your bending. That's like the only thing that, or one of the most annoying things, not that I have a big gut, but there's more than that was there 10 years ago. And so I kind of actually personally like, or am enjoying getting older, as stupid as that sounds, because I don't know, I mean, I kind of dreaded, I guess when I was in my late 20s, 10 years ago, I kind of dreaded 30. But as soon as it came, it was like, oh, I don't feel any different, So it didn't really faze me. And as I'm approaching 40, I don't give a rat's goddamn asshole. As a matter of fact, it's almost like the older you are, the less you have to live. So it's kind of like, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, bring on age, because it means all the less years I got to deal with shit. And some people might call that a pessimistic or a stupid mindset. Well, they're entitled to their opinion, I guess. I'm not going to deny them that. But yeah, I mean, personally, I don't know. I think I was kind of scrawny and shit when I was a kid and in high school. I kind of think I get better looking every year. I kind of like how I look as I get older, actually. I think that I was looking back at high school pictures of myself, I was just like, holy shit. I was really, like, just kind of scrawny. So, I've got to tell you, and I can say this with all honesty, I mean, I'm pretty much embracing getting older, and of course that may stop you know, as I start to really notice a slowdown or whatever, but my dad for his whole entire life would, bike during the summer every other day, like, I can't remember how far he went every other day. That's so fucking depressing that, there's so much about him that I fucking don't even remember anymore. That's so fucking depressing. But he biked a lot, and I wish that he had, an odometer for his entire life. He's probably pedaled around the world. But he was kind of a health person and more of a cardio. Well, I guess I can't say that. He was kind of a health person, and he biked a lot. And the only thing that slowed him down, I mean, obviously there must have been some slowage, but I mean, the only thing that dramatically slowed him down, of course, was when he got the fucking cancer, and even so he was going strong, biking and exercising and shit his whole life into his early 60s. So I think if you kind of just live, healthy your whole life, you kind of just, and have a discipline where you just keep at it, if you're lucky enough not to have anything happen physically or mentally or anything that's a detriment to you continuing your life on that regiment, then there's really no reason why you can't continue it, until something, of course, stops it, prohibits you from, being able to continue. So I guess that's kind of what this video turned into, starting off with a little nature walk and then ending with another topic on what I feel about getting old. I don't mind it. I'm kind of embracing it. And to be honest, I'm almost wish 40 would get here so I can just, there's this one woman I've talked about briefly that I was, screwing for 3 months, who was 43, although I didn't believe it. I thought she was 28 when I first saw her. So I don't know if she was really 43, but whatever. She says she was 43 at the time, and I was 34. I can remember that because of the projection of whatever that word, juxtaposition. Juxtaposition. You know the word I'm trying to think of the numbers, 34 and 43. And she mentioned that, during the brief times we talked, she mentioned about what she felt about getting older and how you just kind of leave youth behind. And I felt, of course, I was just 34 at the time, and I kind of felt like, Jesus Christ, you're not 80. But, reaching, getting closer and closer to 40, I kind of understand now what she was talking about, where you kind of just, this is, I'm doing the Jean-Claude thing here for this whole time, just so like this is standing. So just to give you an idea of what I've been doing this whole video, Jean-Claude. So now approaching, as I was saying, where are we on time? Approaching 40, I'm starting to understand what she says, but I don't know if she was talking about it in a negative way, where she was disappointed that, the youth, or she was kind of leaving youth behind. But to me, it's kind of like youth is overrated. I mean, the youth are, young people are just stupid. I mean, the only thing that's good about youth, I guess, is just the firm, tight, beautiful bodies of women, and if you, and I guess men too, if you're into that, if you're a woman or a man who likes men. But I guess, in my opinion, the only good thing about youth is just physical beauty, I think there's really nothing else that's good about youth. The youth mentally are kind of just, I don't know. I suppose maybe they're not so worn down, spiritually, mentally by life yet, like I wasn't when I was a teenager. I thought there was, I still thought there was, you know, hope or something where I had a future. So, maybe that's one of the good things about youth is they really they don't really know what the world is like yet. So maybe they'll take more. I don't know. Maybe they'll be more go-getting as I was as well. So I suppose that's you know a benefit of youth. If I can't think of anything else at this moment, forgive me. It's really hard with the way young people are now to really think of anything positive about them. But definitely their bodies are a huge plus, I guess. But so I don't know. Like that's what I think about getting old. I'm kind of embracing it, and like every year that I scratch off the old calendar, not that there's a calendar of years on it. Maybe there is a calendar with years. I don't know, but every year that I scratch off the old whatever is like one less year I gotta live. So coming from a excuse me suicidal standpoint, I don't mind getting old. Like 40, where are you? I don't expect to live any longer, possibly not even up to my dad's age because of what I've been eating my whole life. I grew up and, pretty much ate so much fast food and I've drank so much pop that it's not even funny. So I expect to get cancer, before, probably before 60, maybe in my 50s, maybe in my 40s. That's now I wouldn't say goal, but that's kind of, I don't know. I guess when you've had your most favorite person struck down by, cancer just out of the blue, unexpected to both of us, it's kind of just like, oh, well, that's how I'm going to go too. I think John Candy felt the same way. Like his dad died I can't remember, at a relatively early age, and he was just like, well, that's how I'm going to die the rest of his life. So I think depending on how much the death of your parent affects you, you kind of, I don't know, it kind of ruins you in that aspect if you let it. Kind of like, I'm checking the time, I gotta wrap up. Kind of like, oh, well, this event of losing my dad just destroyed my whatever. The same thing's probably gonna take me too. I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I feel about getting old. You know, not a lot of physical change. I mean, a little. I think the back bugs you more when you're trying to fucking do a horrible job or trying to stand through a horrible job. And I think I got like whatever, some kind of back issue too, which doesn't help. But you know, all in all, I don't really mind getting old. I kind of embrace it because I kind of like the woman I was screwing for 3 months said, you kind of just leave youth behind. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like have it youth, because it's kind of overrated. Bunch of idiots just doing a bunch of stupid things in their beautiful beautiful bodies, wrecking their beautiful bodies doing stupid shit. So once again, thank you very much for joining me on this beautiful November, well, it's the 9th when I'm recording. I don't know when I'm uploading this, but this might be the last time we ever see this beautiful stuff without snow. So enjoy it. Thanks for watching.